Hello everyone and welcome to another Thomas video. So today we're going to take a look at is a tempo deck in Thomas format. So ever since I tried out the Force Spike last time, I wanted to try something like this in an Is It Shell. And considering that we also have 4 Cups of Ponder now, along with the 4 Cups of Brainstorm, 4 Cups of Ponder, and 4 Cups of Twipster's Teaching, the Dreadwar Arcanist actually has 12 copies of incredible cantrips in the deck, which can help you get to your other cards very easily. And as the name suggests, it is a tempo deck, so we're gonna be playing a lot of small creatures such as Dragon Ray Chandler and Ragavan, while also leaving up things like Force Spike, Spell Pierces, and Stifle, and also being able to strip mine your opponent, which will also make your Force Spike a lot better. And because we have so many cantrips, we're only playing 18 lands with 4 Cups of Mishra's Bauble. So a lot of times, even if you only have 1 land during your mulligan phase, there is a good chance you might just find another land by playing out your 12 copies of cantrips. And that's not even including Mishra's Bauble as well, which can also become even better with the Dragon Ray Chandler. So we have quite a few ways of actually fixing our hand and also interacting with your opponent at the same time. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Thomas Versus 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's honor. Alright. Give this one a go. Ragavan and a Force Spike. Well, I think we can leave up a Force Spike. Let's see what they're playing actually. It's a Sorin deck. Well, hopefully there's no Thoughtseize. It's a Belcher. Well. Force Spike. That's pretty good. So, is it a strip mine? And I just ponder? The fact that this is an island is kind of bad. Another strip mine. Okay, so I guess this is what we're gonna play. We're just going to play the strip mine game until opponent runs out of lands. If only, okay, that's a good sign. That is a good sign. Attack. Get a Solitude. Saint Alenda. Kinda hoping, okay, this is actually not bad. I'd rather have Ragavan at this point, because I only have Mountain. Oh. Okay. So they're gonna take away Ragavan here. Another Force Spike. The opponent doesn't have a land, that's good. Huh. Since I don't have a way to shuffle, I'll take the Ponder. Another Bolt. So this is 9 damage together. So this is 9, 12, 13. Nice. All right. So opponent's playing a Belcher Sorin deck. A Belcher Sorin deck. Guess we're gonna need some Brazen Bee. The thing is, the Unholy Heath doesn't even get rid of an Elenda. Wait, they play Necro Dominance. Okay, I think I'm gonna have a Rolling Vortex as well. Stifle is technically okay because of Sorin, but not sure. I'll cut like 2 teachings. Maybe a copy of a Dreadhorde Arcanist, since I'm also bringing Rolling Vortex. Maybe a copy of a Ponder. And we still have like quite a few cantrips. 9. It's not too bad. By the way, we only won that because we went first with the Force Spike. But if opponent has a Dark Ritual on turn 1 like this, you know, we're just gonna lose because, you know, just how it is. Without any like a free counter spell, whoever goes first probably wins in this matchup. So yeah, that's kind of the problem with this format, in my opinion. The Dark Ritual decks are just a little bit too problematic, in my opinion. Maybe this is a reason to have a Subtlety in the sideboard? Maybe. Yeah, seems like a good reason to have a Subtlety. Okay, so we need a bounce spell. A Brazen Bee. No Brazen Bee. No Brazen Bee, but in order for them to activate the Goblin Charbulcher, they would need a Dark Ritual or something here? Or shock themselves? Maybe I could play around that. The possibility for opponent having a land is probably more probable than opponent potentially having Dark Ritual. So I guess I'll play the Rolling Vortex here. And hopefully we ponder into a Lightning Bolt or Ragavan. Like, look, they could have just shocked it and then go to 1 and then Charbulcher. So we're gonna need a ponder into... So we have quite a few cards actually. Strip Mine does it. Ragavan does it. Stifle does it. And yeah, I think that's it actually. Well, let's see it. So those are both not it. Darn. So close. So close. We have one more try. We can get a Lightning Bolt with this Mishra's Bauble. Okay. Come on. Oh, they can just shoot the Charbulcher here. Oh, well, they missed the window, but could have been a win there. All right. Try that again. So we have a Stifle and a Spell Pierce. A Chrome Mox. Into a Demonic Tutor. Guess I just let it go. I think this Ponder needs to get me another interaction. Well, Strip Mine isn't so bad. And we get the top of the Ponder. Let's just hope, interesting. I think I'm just going to stifle this and leave up a Spell Pierce.
I drink only the finest. Aged.
And I'll play the Channeler. I'll get rid of a land. So what are we missing? Okay.
Show some
Play the Ragavan. Pass. I could have actually dashed it in, but... Okay, so Charbelcher. Let's see, so... I think I'm just going to do this. And then gain a treasure.
My heart is too hollow to care.
Dark Ritual. If I Dark Ritual, I still can only play one Rolling Vortex here. What do? What do? I think I just pass. A Duress? A Duress? Sure. They can only get rid of a Rolling Vortex here, so... A Sorin. So this is another Elenda,
If you threaten Innistrad, I
which they failed to do so last turn.
welcome House Markov grows stronger.
Okay. They're gonna probably make a Dragon Rage Channeler unable to attack. And we're just gonna bounce this. I'll take a Ponder. I think I'm just kind of looking for a counter spell. A Strip Mine. Can I win if a Belcher comes out next turn? Attack here. And they take an extra 5 damage. I can't. So... the Strip Mine is actually decent. Let's actually see what we get after attacking. Solitude. I'll play the Rolling Vortex. Okay, pretty close game. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
I have other obligations.
A Grief. I can't play it. So even if a Soren comes down, we win the game because of a rolling vortex here. Alright, GG's. Just barely. Just barely. Right, unfortunately, that's a mulligan. Ooh. Okay. Maybe I should have bottomed the land, but... We're playing against an energy. We have no interaction at the moment. Oh, wow. This is looking really bad. They have a Broadside Bombardier plus, also the Pride. Funny combination that works. Oh, that's really bad. We flooded. We don't even play that many lands. It's 14 lands with the 4 types of strip mines. Yikes. Doing this so opponent has to kill the 2/2. Yikes. Why didn't they just attack and sacrifice a 1/1? Oh. I mean, it's just too late. We flooded, no interactions, blah blah blah. Right, we're gonna want Fire Magic and Stern Scolding. Not sure about the Brazen Bee. They play like Ancient Tomb, like there's no way they can play Flage, right? At least I don't think so. We're gonna cut out Ragavan. So cold here. Yeah, let's cut Ragavan for another Stifle. No interactions again. But since we're going first, I think we can keep something like this. I guess I have to actually shock first. Because next turn I want to brainstorm into Flooded Strand. It's so cold. That is a pretty cool deck though, by the way. I kind of like their deck. Huh. Since I'm gonna play the Quarry Steelcutter with another card, I think the Arcanist draw was pretty good. No. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Voice of Victory. Land, artifact, instant speed, sorcery. Johnny, they didn't go with the Voice of Victory.
Nothing can break our bond.
Interesting. No land. I could just fire magic here and then attack. Because I can't kill the Voice of Victory otherwise. Wait, what? Why'd you transform? Huh? To take less damage, I guess? Yeah, basically with the fire magic, there was no way to get rid of this Voice of Victory, so that was the best course of action. Another static prison. They kind of have to take the Quarry Steel Cutter. Alright. So... let's ponder. No land! But the teaching is actually pretty good. Well... is it? Because I have to kill this turn. I don't know. Might have been a mistake, actually, putting that card on top. Alright, so... I mean, opponent's playing Voice of Victory. Maybe I'm not even supposed to be on Force Spike. But the thing is, I don't really have much choice. I don't have more removal spells to sideboard these cards out. Although having Force Spike with the Fire Magic is actually pretty sick. This is actually such a sick hand, by the way. So it's my kind of first time seeing an energy deck with Strip Mines and Ancient Tomb. I feel like that's kind of greedy. Okay, so I think I just play Arcanist. Another Johnny.
What a beautiful day, brother.
Hmm. Go Steel Cutter into Lightning Bolt. Oh, maybe I should have tried Fire Magic again to see if opponent actually bites. You know what I mean? I hope that that 3-mana Gut card comes out. Static Prison. I actually need a counter spell since they put that card in there. Voice of Victory. We need a creature in there. Artifact. So that is actually gonna put an artifact to the graveyard. So I can go Dragon Ray Channeler here into Unholy Heat. Attack for 3 damage. And then we can go Teaching into Dreadhorde Arcanist. Okay, so they did have a 1 ring. Sure. We'll go Arcanist. Oh no, I missed. That's not what I want to do, but sure. That is not what I wanted to do. I'm so sad. Oh, I just lost 1 card for free. Why? I should have been able to ponder here. Well, if I lose this one, it's on me. It is on me. I should have another card here. But I'm bad. I'm bad. Alright, let's start with Fire Magic. A Strip Mine? A Strip Mine in this scenario. And then leave up a Stern Scolding. That doesn't seem too bad. Lightning Bolt on opponent's face forces a block like this. 6/7. I mean, that's not exactly true. I mean, I do have to do this because of Stern Scolding. Oh, opponent just surrenders. Nice. Four spike, Spell Pierce. We love that. Love it. Oh no, it's a swamp. Swamp and a pass. Swamp and a pass. That's kind of bad. I should have just shocked. I should have just shocked. Because the moment I Scalding Tarn into a Spell Pierce... no... Should I tell them what we're playing? I don't think so. I should have actually played around the Deathray Shaman. That was so bad. That was actually kind of bad. Yeah, well, you live and learn. So opponent's playing Deathray Shaman. They played a Swamp. I'm still not sure if opponent's like a Golgari deck. I'm not 100% sure. I'll go down on a copy of a Teaching and Ponder. All right. Okay, well, not really sure what I need to do here. Do I need to shock and leave up a Force Spike? Or do I just go Ragavan? I think I'll start with the Ragavan. Since this could have happened. Okay. They kind of went for like a greed plan. This does kind of backfire if I draw land into a bolt. Almost. Almost. We almost got there. So we can go Channeler, Bauble. The opponent shocks again. I could just attack with the Ragavan and Unholy, heat the Dreadhorde Arcanist. But I don't know. Kind of tough, actually. Okay. So opponent's most likely going to attack into... they even had a Fatal Push there. Whoa! That's not what I would have done. Because you have a blocker if you reanimate the Grief, right? So... yeah. Maybe I could have saved the Mishra's Bubble, but... I kind of need some cards right now. The opponent keeps it on top. It's a 1 ring. Immediately punished, by the way. Oh man, that's really good. I'll take any cantrips. Any cantrips. I don't think I used this strip mine because I could get like a 2-mana card. I think we're dead. I think it's a little bit too late. They just like top deck the Grief into Ares Own Guard, so... Well... Corey Steelcutter. Let's say I get another Corey Steelcutter. I'm taking 7 here. And I play... Arcanist next turn? Do I have time? I think I do. As long as it's not another card to play, I think we should be good. Probably have to chump block this. 5, 8. Okay, let's see. I take 7 damage, and then I take 3 damage next turn, which means I go to 1. Then I chump block the Wary Zone Guard with this one next turn. And then the Grief puts me at 1. Nice. So... next turn... we'll have a Dreadhorde Arcanist, which will create 2 more dudes, and then we play the Dragon Rage Channeler, which we can double block and then chump block 1. It's close. It's very close. As long as opponent misses another draw, we're good. So we chump block here. We go to 1. Alright, GG's. It's because of the first game I kind of misplayed and became kind of a non-game, so we only got to play 1 game, really. Alright. Might be a scam, but we'll see. The reason why I say it's a scam is because the island doesn't allow us to go teaching into Channeler the following turn. Okay, so their combo piece is gone. We'll start by blowing up their hedge maze. Ancient Tomb. I really need a counter spell. No counter spells. Pretty sad about that. No counter spells to be seen. We could just die here because... Yep. That's so lame. Come on. That's so lame. Okay, well, it's an Aatrox, which we can kind of get rid of. But it's definitely not good. They have another show and tell into Aatrox, so... Man... Why did the game forsake me? Why? I think I'm just looking for Brazen Bee at this point. Man, that's so lame. Well, I think we're dead. 6, 9, 10. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't actually see it. I could attack and then lightning bolt our own stuff so that it doesn't gain life, but if I don't kill them here, darn. Man. Just couldn't find one. Just couldn't find one. They must have another show and tell, right? I think they probably have another show and tell here. They're already, like, we're halfway in. We haven't seen a single interaction spell against our opponent here. Yeah, because opponent didn't grab the other Oh, there you go. After all that. After all that. Come on, man. After all that, we find a singular counter spell. Bravo. So we're gonna cut the Core Steel Cutters in this matchup for Rolling Vortex. Gonna cut a copy of probably even all of Arcanist. I don't know what that was all about, but yep. There we go. All right. Ragavan, let's go. It's all up to you, my friend. It's gonna be all up to you. Teaching into Brazen Bee. Maybe I just paste this in. Right? Abrupt Decay. So how much damage is this? 3, 6, 7, 8, 11. It's not enough to win. I was thinking about countering this. If I have just one more counter spell. but still not enough to win the game. So opponent goes to 4. Mox comes out. Demonic Tutor. So this is gonna be another Abrupt Decay, huh? I see. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe they're trying to win here. Alright, GG's. Okay, opponent didn't see my 4 spikes. This is a really good place to be. This is a fantastic place to be. No creature is, I think, kind of a scam. We could always draw into a creature. But this might be a little bit too slow. I don't know. But, I mean, we have some haste enablers, so maybe I'm not in a bad spot. Who knows? The fact that they just show and told me like this is not a good sign, because then there's a good sign they have another show and tell in hand. I'm just looking for counter spells at this point. So, it does seem like they have a show and tell. Like, they were thinking about doing it, but they decided not to. Which is another bad sign, by the way. So I'm gonna actually Mishra's Bubble myself here. See if I can... See if there's like a counter spell on top. There isn't. So I'm kind of forced to use... Ponder here. Oh no. I think we lost, boys. I think we lost. So 4 spike's not gonna work here. I could chance it. Maybe opponent doesn't have a, you know, show and tell. But why would they just shock this in and then do that? It could just be another brainstorm. Well, I am not in a good spot, and there's no point in, you know, for a potential quote-unquote counterspell coming out. I think topping a Brazen Bee here is probably not bad, because if it's just an Aatroxa, we have a chance of winning next turn. We'll see. Yep, there's that show and tell. Nope, it's an Omniscience. Right, GG's. I think we did get a little bit unlucky this game. I do kind of think so. Because for example, here, if we just had the Rolling Vortex, we would have won because they play Aatroxa, they take 5 damage, they have to play another card, they take 5 damage, and we would have won. Yeah. Alright, so we took a look at this deck today. We went 2-2, losing to a Show and Tell and Golgari midrange. I think the Golgari midrange I lost because of the misplay. So the game 1 was kind of a non-game. We didn't have a game there. And the game 2, I lost fair and square. But against a Show and Tell, I think I did get a little bit unlucky that game. My sideboard cards didn't really show up in game 3, and in game 1, we weren't able to find a singular copy of interaction spells against our Show and Tell opponent in our top 27 cards. So a little bit unlucky there in my opinion. So the Force Spike was relatively good. Same with the spell Pierce. The Stifle didn't show up, so I can't really comment on that, but it should be relatively decent with the Strip Mine being a tempo deck. But against a combo deck, it is very, very vital that you go first against them so that your Force Spike becomes really good. But if you go second, game 1, you have a very good chance of just losing the entire match because opponent could combo you on turn 1. And that's just the nature of Timeless at the moment because we don't have things like Force of Will or Force of Negation, things like that. I actually quite like the deck, despite not, winning that much. I actually quite enjoy the deck. A lot of cantrips, a lot of interactions. I feel like every turn, you have quite a bit of chance of potentially finding your way out because of the cantrips. And might be the first Corey Steelcutter deck where I'm just like, it doesn't feel as clunky because there's just so many cantrips since we play like 12 copies of it. But yeah, that's is a tempo and it's actually not that bad despite not winning too much in today's session. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye.